Epic Games has released a roadmap of the Epic Games style which include plans, file cloud saves, achievements, user reviews, a star page redesign, and more. The 6-month-old map can be viewed on Trello, with Epic explaining had the new features listed and the dates they LLBEIMPLAMENTEDA subject to change. A lot of the features OUTLINEDA usually found in other digital storefronts, but they have been a long time coming, given the general bearable meshes they are launched with. Based on the roadmap, during the next 3 months Epic plans to launch offline mode improvements, cloud saves, improved patch sizes, among other things. After that it plans to work on additional payment options, wish lists, currencies, playtime tracking, and mod support. In the future, Epic says they want to release achievements under shopping cart, along with an overhaul of the store's social features. One of the social features outlined in the roadmap included a user review system based on the existing one used by the Unreal Engine marketplace. Most notably, it will be opt-in for developers. Interesting, as Valve recently changed their approach to user reviews. We think this is best because review bombing under the gaming the system is a real problem. Epic GAMESFOUND Tim Sweeney tweeted. A handful of other features, like automated refunds, gifting, and an Android store are all listed as TBD. As Epic clarified above, everything is subject to change. To view an entire roadmap, click here. As you log in your plans for THEGAME Developers Conference in San Francisco this month, organizers want to be sure you do not overlook the always intriguing Outlaw DD Showcase, open to all DD attendees. This exhibit of offbeat and unique alternative controller games will make its 6th appearance at the conference Wednesday through Friday, March 20th, -22, in a Moscow Convention Center. The team at Gamasutra have been publishing a series of interviews with this year's Outlaw DD participants, and they make for interesting reading, given that each sheds light on the strange origin story of a truly unique game. Earlier this month, we rounded up the first 10 of those interviews, and today we'd like to quickly highlight a few more that have since gone live. Cook Your Way is both a cooking game and an immigration test, turning the act of making food into a way of seeing if a migrant is worth allowing into a country. Hot Swap, all hands on deck will have 2 players assembling their controllers as they guide the ship through deadly waters, swapping parts for the varied functions they will need to survive. Coal Rush creates competition out of running a train, having players scoot coal, change tracks, and scare wildlife off the tracks with its locomotive controls. Through UNCLIMB reaching as players rapidly tugging on a circular rope to climb a wall, hopping from side to side to avoid hazards that dangle along their path. Machinery, a device that lets players manipulate the emotions of the audience through how they present the news. Exploring media's use of similar methods. Octopad breaks an NES controller into 8 gamepads with a single input each, turning single-player games into multiplayer experiences built around communication and collaboration. These interviews are worth reading, because each offers a unique perspective on a remarkable game, one of which may win the Outlaw DD Award, which includes a $3,000 prize, plus a special trophy handmade by game maker and former Outlaw DD participant Ruben Baumgarten, at the IF ceremony during DD, with judging taking place on site. No matter who wins, all DD 2019 attendees who stop by the Outlaw The exhibit will have the chance to play all of these inventive and innovative games using unique, one-of-a-kind controllers, and it may be your only chance to do so. For more details on NGDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. U.S. Publisher has cut the ribbon on an in-house sports studio that's been dubbed the Iran Quest Center. As reported by VentureBeat, the new studio represents a multi-million-dollar investment in the burgeoning esports industry and highlights the long-term appeal of competitive gaming. The studio itself is comprised of two parts, a stage complete with audience seating and a laid-back player's lounge, which has been designed to mimic an yard-long. The entire development has more than 60 screens and monitors, 200 light fittings, multiple spectator cameras, directional microphones, and a fully equipped control room that can handle digital on television broadcasts. The broadcast center and studio has a focus on running competitions, but it also will have all of the other show content, like analyst shows, lifestyle profiles, the things you see around traditional sports, said the senior vice president of competitive gaming. Top Citron, we know for us to be a leader in competitive gaming, we needed to increase both the quantity and quality of content we were producing. This is a monumental moment. It furthers our commitment to competitive gaming for years to come. The studio will officially open its doors later today, when it plays host the Trophy Madden 19 Challenge, the longest-running esports competition in the Madden 19 Championship Series. Hi, I am Nick, a 20-something-year-old indie dev from Romania, responsible for the existence of Move.I. In case you have not checked it out already, which you definitely should. It's a friendship routine party game, where the rules change every 20 seconds and, as the title says, if you do not move, you die. Only in the game though. This is the part where you become completely captivated and go check out the game. If that's not the case, you can continue reading this and eventually find out that I had no idea what I was doing during most of the development process. It all started years ago, literally, in my bedroom, while I was prototyping ideas for my next Flash game. Yes, it was that long ago. However, back then it was not designed as a party game. It was a puzzle platformer called Concerned though, that you can actually still play today. Please do not. The game gained some traction, as much as a Flash game could. So I figured it deserved a proper remake, with a new engine, new graphics, new levels and new everything. I started rebuilding the game from scratch, with a handful of friends. All you help me, I help you business, because I had no money to pay anyone. However, one fateful night, we decided to add 3 more players to the format, and see how it feels. As it turns out, it felt pretty awesome. And so Move.I was born. Now, I do not know if you happen to be a developer yourself, but creating a game is nothing like the falsely advertised dream. It's playing the same broken prototype hundreds of times a day, all while trying to keep it from catching fire. As you may suspect, it all gets very tedious very fast, and staying motivated becomes one of the biggest hurdles you have to overcome while making your own game. The whole development process was basically me winging everything, because not only was this my first, or not Flash game, but it was also developed in an engine that was not very popular, not compatible with PlayStation 4. So, some bad decisions were made. Let's not point fingers. I lived with my parents to cut down on development costs, the last stretch funds being actually borrowed from my dad. Programming was and by friends, and I had to kindly ask people on forums to help me over with testing, because it was too much for me to handle. I was already swamped by the art side of the game, as well as by handling design, marketing and even the sound effects. Then came 4 long years of development, during which I did a horrible job prioritizing tasks. We spent almost a whole year working on the level editor, instead of on content, which, in hindsight, was not a great decision. It's really frustrating to have your friends ask if they can try out your game and, after a year of development, all you can say is, no, but you can try this kick-ass level editor. The game finally came out on PC, and it did surprisingly well enough to allow me to hire people full-time, including someone responsible for QA. I started coming up with more game modes, ideas, and quickly packed them into a short demo that I first asked my friends to play by bribing them with some